Hi, guys. How's everybody doing today? I'm so excited to come back with my friend Kempire and talk about 90 Day Fiance, the tell-all part 2. Guys, this was an interesting tell-all, and like always, it was a shit show, but we're going to jump into all of that. Before we do, you know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed and hit that notification bell on the channel because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. Now with that, we'll hit the intro.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, welcome back. And look who we have here. Hello, Kempire.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm great. Oh my God. I'm so excited to talk about the tell-all.
Oh my gosh, this tell-all was literally, I mean, we always say this about the show. It just really was, excuse my French, a shit show. It always is, but this really was.
No, it was, but it was good because we've been talking about this entire season and it's been boring up until this.
Yeah, it's almost like it kind of reminds you of Housewives a little bit. Like we wait the whole season and then we're like, just give us the reunion because this is shit.
No, but this season was pretty bad.
Yeah, this season was pretty bad. This is my Roni of the TLC franchises right now. Okay, I'll have to give it that. All right, so I don't know where to start necessarily, but I do want to say I'm not going to touch too much on Brandon and Julia because we didn't have a lot of revelations in the tell-all part 2. We really heard a little bit more from them in the part 1 part of all of this. Yeah. But I guess if I had to start anywhere, let's start with this little kooky dynamic.
Oh, man.
All right. So we know Mama and Tammy, they showed up and so did Kalani. And Kalani looked beautiful, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, she brought it. And she's always so calm. I really like Kalani. I think Kalani might be one of my favorites as far as the siblings of the main cast members because she's just relaxed and composed.
That's true. I never thought about that. But you're right. You're right. In comparison, in this crazy TLC world.
Yeah. Listen, if we're lining up Kalani next to Darcy and Stacey, I think.
Have you been watching that?
I tried watching. I skipped like 3 episodes, and then I watched an episode today about where the Sweet 16 was canceled because of COVID, and then they're about to call out. I'm like halfway through the episode where they're about to call out Georgie for calling them stupid Americans or something like that, and then the friend is like, no offense to you, Georgie, but you. I'm like, how can you not take offense to that? You. Whatever.
I think this is their second season, but it's kind of coming across too pre-produced, too staged. And I love Darcy for the show. I don't love her really, but I love her for the show. But it's become too much at this point.
And it always seems like they're trying to find little like random things to do, like working out together, kiss me, take off my shoe, this is my king. And then when Stacey, and guys, don't worry, we're flip-flopping a little bit, but I just want to say this. When Stacey's like bashing Georgie over here and she's like, my sister pays for his whole life. I'm like, Florian is not opening his mouth, girl. So obviously you're paying for his whole life too. That's not a fair jab.
I think that's just the storyline for this season. I think that's just the storyline.
But that's, I know at least I can argue my opinion with you when it comes to the 90 Day cast members because you're like, are you really buying this? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm kind of buying this. With Darcy and Stacey, I'm not buying anything.
I love the fact that you do buy it because it makes fun for me to make fun of you.
I mean, you always come on here for me to throw you under the bus, so I'll take it. I'll take the making fun of me because I do buy into some of these things and some of these things are true. And we'll jump back into that. This whole situation, again, Asuelu and Kalani, they obviously look defeated when they find out that his mom is there and Tammy, which kind of shocks me because it's like, they're going to be there. Did nobody communicate before this, even though they say that they didn't communicate? Are you buying that part of it or no?
Have we met? Of course I'm not buying that. When he acted surprised, first of all, Asuelu cannot act. So when he really does have an emotion, I believe it because I just don't feel like he has the depth to really act like some of these other fools on the show.
Okay, that's fair. And Asuelu obviously wants Kalani to go to Samoa and he wants her to learn from the women in his village on how to be there and be submissive to the man and know that role. And Kalani's like, hell no. No way. I'm past that point in my life. That is not how I grew up. I'm not going there to cook out of rocks in the ground and sit there and be, waiting on you hand and foot. I'm not about that life. It's not happening. And Asuelu kind of looks like shit, I was hoping maybe by throwing it out there, maybe she would. And Tammy and his mom are over here like, you need to get a new wife. Yeah. I'm like, Tammy, you need probably, and I don't know if she has a job or not, but you need a job to butt out of other people's relationships. And if you want more people to add to the family, like Kalani said, you have a uterus.
Oh, and she only has 2 kids. The nerve of her.
I don't get it.
Pop out some more kids.
But I do want to ask you this, and actually everybody who's in the chat too, go ahead and answer this. And guys, thank you to all the mods in here. I know I don't say that enough, but I really, really appreciate all of you guys. Tammy's argument in this was, if you didn't want us to react the way we did at the Christmas party, then why would you bring up in front of mom that you wanted another baby? You know how she's going to react to it. So this is your fault. And Kalani is kind of like, this was a private conversation. I didn't want to share this with everybody. So yeah, Asuelu, it is pretty much your fault. Could this have been avoided had Asuelu not gifted her the baby blanket?
Of course. He did bring it up. I'm not saying the family's reaction was necessary, but he is the one who brought this up. So but I also think that was pre-produced. I don't believe that Asuelu, I do believe that he wants more children, but I don't believe that was the moment that he felt like, yes, this is the moment I'm going. If anything, he could have given her that gift aside.
Do you not think, though, that he could be a little bit absent-minded, like think a little bit,
I just had that thought when you said it. I was like, he could have. It's very possible that he was so absent-minded that he's like, you know what? Let me ask her to be my baby's mother again for the 3rd time in front of his family. So there is that level of Asuelu, I need you to do better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I'm team Kalani and Kalini's mom here too, because I do feel like Tammy and the mom came there waiting for a moment to pop off. Like they knew there was going to be something. So whether it would have been the baby blanket, and even if that wouldn't have been brought up, there would have been something that they would have found to pop off.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, even when they did pop off, the whole, Asuelu grabbing his sister and bringing her outside, I was just like, that, it just felt so fake to me. So that part to me, it was so like, she didn't do anything. It's not like she lunged, or was moving towards.
She did stand over her, and when Charlie stood over Andre, he got dropped to the ground. So,
Lord,
we've learned you don't stand over someone.
Which is true. That can be intimidating, especially because it's like, all right, you already threatened violence before. So what makes them think that you're not going to actually do it? Because she almost did try to make contact last season with Kalani. So, it just felt very dramatic of Asuelu to escort her out and then escort his mom out. I didn't blame his mom for being very upset for him throwing her out the house, because he didn't have to throw them out the house in order to diffuse the situation.
And to be fair, too, well, listen, her fake lunging at Kalani when Kalani showed up with no earrings, no makeup, her hair put up in a bun, and her mom being the one that held her back. I'm like, Tammy, you don't want none of that. Kalani
looked like she was ready to fight. Kalani
looks like she would mop the floor with you. And we don't condone violence here. But what I do want to say is, I also went to public school. I know what it looks like when you're about to. We know, like it's.
I didn't even realize that to you. Mind you, I've seen that scene multiple times because it's one of my favorites from that season. But I can't believe I didn't realize that she really did come there looking like she was ready to fight.
I think she came there. I don't know. She came there looking like she was ready, but I don't think she came there. Like she said, I'm not a combative person. I don't like the violence. I don't even want to engage in it. Her whole point is, this is my relationship. My uterus is not up for discussion. Moving on. But Tammy, every single person on that panel in the tell-all, they all said the same thing. Tammy, you came here a little aggressive. Like you seem like you want to pick a fight with somebody, even with Yara. And you're back there, you're backstage watching the screen. Yara just teased the fact that, and we'll get into that there could be a baby number 2. Why do you go after the pregnant one? I wish Angela was there, because Angela would have been like, let's Jerry Springer this shit.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Angela.
Oh. We'll get into that too. Don't you worry.
Well, I honestly don't think that Tammy's going to do anything to anyone. I think Tammy is, she suffers from Napoleon complex. She's a small girl, a small woman, and she just wants to act like she's going to do something when she knows clearly the bodyguards there are not going to let her even get close to Yara.
Yeah,
or
I
anyone.
Agree. I agree. It's just, it gets exhausting at this point. Like, you can't, even Kalani, you could tell at first, I think she took it serious when Tammy would threaten violence, but now she's just like, just sit there. In the words of Dr. Wendy Osefo, eat your cracker, shut up.
Oh,
whatever. Like that's the vibe that we get from Kalani. She's just, again, very composed, and you could tell she's not bothered.
But she also looks like she would mop the floor with Tammy if brought there.
Yeah, it's the ones who are quiet and not always popping off at the mouth. Those are the ones you usually have to worry about, because the ones who are always barking, you're like, okay.
And Tammy, I think Tammy's also leaning into the character that she was from the previous season. I think she saw what everyone's reaction to it, so she's like, I'm going to continue with that because I like the attention that I got from that.
I can see that. Does Tammy have a husband? Do we know?
I'm assuming she does.
Where is he at?
Maybe he didn't want to be on camera because he feels like his wife looks crazy.
That could potentially be something. You might be onto something. All right, my last question before we move on to the next couple. Guys, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Show some love. I saw in here where Dear Dana said Mollywop time. Okay. Do you think that Asuelu will be able to, because at the end of the day, this is your mom, and we know I've gotten into nothing like this, but I've gotten into disagreements with my mom and my dad. At the end of the day, we might go the rest of the day not talking, maybe even take a day or two to take the steam off, like relax, digest it. But I would never not talk to my parents. Do you think moving forward, he will get that relationship back with his mom or even his sister?
I think at least he will definitely have that relationship with his mom, because his mom's going to want that money. So,
that's true. Yeah.
So if anything, the mom's going to make sure that, I do believe she loves her son, but I also think she wants her money, Adam. She's going to make sure they are in contact.
That damn paycheck.
She is surviving off her 9 kids, and I don't blame her. She gave birth to them. There you go.
Listen, if I had 9 kids, if I went through that whole process, I'd be like, look, one of you little suckers, somebody's going to pay some bill. Somebody has the electric bill, one over here. We got a water bill over here. Got a phone bill. Phone bill? Like, I would be going to each one, making sure.
She should be living very well. You have 9 kids. She's going back to Samoa. I think she should be fine. I think also she's leaning into, like, why would she bring that up again this particular season on camera? It's because it's funny to all of us, and it's even funny to them.
Do you think the mom gets any money for showing up at the reunion? Because she always has her hand out to everybody else, but is somebody cutting her a paycheck?
I don't think they're getting a paycheck. I think also they like the fame. They like people talking about them. I'm sure they go to Samoa and they're like, I'm on TV in America. I don't think necessarily they've seen her on TV, but the fact that she's been on TV in America, I'm sure it's a big thing, and I'm sure she's eating all of that up.
I saw a comment where somebody was like, they don't have TVs in their villages in Samoa. I'm like, listen, I lived in Bangkok for almost 5 months, and when I did, the woman who we lived with, you're either way up here in your class or you don't have money at all. It's either really rich or really poor. And she had these girls who were technically what they call like their maids, right? Mm-hmm. And one of the girls, I forgot where she was from, but she wasn't, I don't know what the case is, but she had like this little old school tele radio thing that had a huge ass antenna, and she would watch her favorite soaps on it. And she'd be like, you want to watch? I'm like, it's okay, I'll pass. And then I introduced them to the Fast and Furious franchise. Oh, they were done. They were good on it. All right.
Even if they are not watching TV, just the fact that she can come there and say, I've been on TV in America, that's going to be a huge deal.
And then she's going to be like, you want an autograph?
She probably is. Who knows? She's probably famous amongst her village. Come on now.
She could be. All right. Let's keep it moving then. Oh, I didn't bring up this photo, but it was sad. I hate seeing the rift between the family. But one family who I could care less about. Oh. I care about this family. I just also enjoy seeing the rifts between them.
Ugh.
Andre and Charlie. One of the biggest revelations from this episode was finding out that Charlie is no longer a part of the family business, and now he's accused of having an alcohol problem. When he showed up, Andre let him know, if you get off that couch, it is going to be round 2. But that wasn't the only revelation when it came to this family, just to be fair. One is Andre is succeeding at business. That's a revelation. And 2, Chuck is seemingly finding out for the first time, as if he hasn't seen these episodes. And maybe he didn't, because maybe they filmed the tell-all before the episode came out. But we're seeing where he found out that his family was going to compete with him in business. Thoughts?
Unless it's OnlyFans, I don't think there's no competition.
Well, now even OnlyFans, whoever, Larissa, sorry.
Oh, is Larissa still in the country?
Yes, she's still in the country, and she's still on OnlyFans, and she's still getting that bag. But now OnlyFans is changing the whole setup of how they operate. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen to Larissa? I hope you were saving.
I don't know. You already know how I feel. You know, week after week, I felt like the storyline that this family was giving us was fake. And I still feel like it's fake. I do believe that there's real rifts in that family. I do believe that they don't get along. I do believe that. I do believe that the entire family is shady AF. But I think the real problem, the real reality that's going on, they're not telling us. And it's all surrounded around Chuck.
See, I don't feel that way. I feel like everyone keeps blaming Chuck because he's playing Switzerland with the family. But at the end of the day, like, do you have brothers or sisters?
I am the youngest of 6.
Okay. All right. So, trust me, I know what this feels like. So when you're at the dinner table and you're all fighting back and forth, and your parents are trying to diffuse the situation and be like, well, Adam or Will Kempire, you're right. But also, John, you're right too. And you guys are like, I know John's a random name, but who knows? You never know. You can't blame the parents for trying to make amends with the family. And he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, because at the end of the day, his interest lies within his family and his daughter, Elizabeth, making sure that that baby is taken care of, the grandbaby, and making sure Andre can provide for his daughter. I don't think he's doing anything wrong.
I agree with that, but it's weird. The friendship that's been formed between Andre and the father, it doesn't seem authentic. It's weird. It's a weird new revelation in their storyline, which I am completely over. I need them never to ever be back on 90 Day Fiance in any iteration. I'm so done with them.
They'll be back. But I didn't even think about this too. Charlie is coming on, and now they're accusing him of being like this alcoholic guy with this bad temper and not being able to compose himself. And every other word is brah, brah, brah. Okay. And I saw him do a video the other day on his Instagram stories, and he's like, everyone asks me why I say brah, brah, and it's because I'm from Tampa, brah, and that's what we do in Tampa, brah. I'm like, no, it's not. I have family in Tampa, and they don't talk like that. So no, it's not brah. But my thing here is maybe, and I didn't think about this before, do you think Chuck could look at Andre as an asset because there are super fans of TLC, maybe even, obviously in Florida, maybe people would be more apt to do business with him and his family because they're on the show, because of Andre and Elizabeth. Could that be a possibility?
I mean, it's a good theory. It's definitely a good theory. I mean, it's good for business. I mean, other shows have seen heightened business from being on 90 Day. I don't know the motivation behind this family, but I do think they're shady. They're very shady.
I mean, everybody in the family has a mugshot, so they do. That's not coming from me. That's like frauded by TLC or some shit, but that was not me.
I still have not even looked those up because that's how uninterested I'm in this family. Because you've mentioned this multiple times, and you think I would have went and looked. I'm so not interested in not even in their mugshots, and that probably would be juicy just to see what they got arrested for. Do you know what they got arrested for?
No, I'm pulling all of these up for you right now, but no, they all have, they all have mugshots. Oh, here it is right here. Boom. Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm going to pull this up for you right now, as long as StreamYard doesn't act silly. Here it is. Boom. Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. I say that all the time, but it's important. Here's the mugshots.
Oh, damn.
Everyone has a mugshot.
I have to say, the other sister right next to Libby, she's upgraded a lot. She's had some work done. She looks so different. She looks like a completely different person.
I mean, she looked like she got a glow up for sure. Chuck looks like he got arrested for trying to steal a baby duck out of somebody's backyard. Charlie looks like he was trying to sell something he shouldn't have been. The other sister up top looks like, well, she was at a party and she drove like an idiot and she maybe got a DUI. And then the one next to Libby, she looks like...
Does Charlie have more than one mugshot?
Yeah, those are two.
Oh, wait, the dad has a mugshot too?
The dad Chuck has a mugshot too. He was trying to take somebody's puppy or something. His has to be... I mean, I'm making that up. His has to be something so cotton candy. It's like Disneyland. Like, I snuck in through Disneyland and didn't buy my ticket. Charlie, definitely alcoholism or something else. The other sisters, I think they were DUIs. I don't know if Libby has a mugshot, but it is very telling.
I'm still stunned at Libby's sister, who looks like she looked old in that mugshot, and now she looks like she's 20 years younger.
I think that looks like, honestly, if you really break this down, it looks like that sister might have had another issue.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing, Adam.
Yeah, I just don't want to say that. Well, I don't want to say,
but we see each other.
Right. I don't want to say exactly. I don't want to say what I think that could be, but it just looks like something.
I am so happy that she is healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am so happy.
Yep.
Ooh.
So Alabama Kemper said, "Yeah, who was the dark-haired one?" That's the prettier sister.
Yes, look right next to herself, right there.
Yeah.
Look at that glow up. Well, I know people are in the cup. They're like, "Wow."
Yeah, she married into money.
I'm so glad that you were able to find that so quickly.
Oh, somebody said, did you see what Patricia said?
No. What did Patricia say?
Patricia, yeah, I can't bring that up, but you never know. You never know.
I was thinking something else.
I was thinking something else too. And
we really do see each other then.
Florida gets a little wild, guys. Okay. Actually, every state has their shit shows. But anyways, so we're not buying the storyline. You don't want them ever to come back onto 90 Day Fiance or TLC in any capacity. I am challenging you on this because even though everybody is like fake storyline, I don't want to see the Pothead family. Pothead family.
I'm so glad you even know their last name. I say Libby and Andre. I don't remember the side characters.
Yeah, Pothast. I like that last name. Pothast. Has a ring to it. Okay. Pothast family mugshots. All right. I honestly think they will be back. I think they're going to get their own show. And
stop that.
Maybe I have to ask Max. I feel like Max, Celeb Talk guy, he would have some more information on this, but I can see it possible. They have enough crazy within the family. They have the narcissistic, egotistical one. You have the three sisters who are like, stop it, Libby. And then you have the alcoholic brother whose wife thinks that she can put her hands on you. Then you have the dad who's trying to be the mediator. And the only smart one in this family, aside from the children, would be the mom who's like, I'm not filming shit with you guys.
That's true.
Don't knock on my door.
Sensible one.
Yeah.
I won't be watching. If you start reporting on it, I won't be watching. Okay, I'll come through and I'll like the video and then I'm leaving.
So you're not collabing on those, huh?
Nope. Don't even call me for that. I'm like, no. It wouldn't. I 100% bet that you would be bored with a show about them.
I mean, I'm bored with Darcy and Stacey, so maybe. I'm not bored with the family Chantel, though.
And aren't they done filming? I think their new season's supposed to start soon.
Yep, their season's going to be starting soon. I'm sure that they'll probably release that either towards the end of this new 90 day. That's probably when it'll happen. Towards the end of this new 90 day, they're going to be like, look who's back. And then it's going to be the sister with her braces off, like flipping her hair with the perfume guy. And then it's going to be, I don't even remember Chantel's husband's name. What was it? Pedro,
yes.
Pedro. And Pedro just being like, I don't know. What does he do? He plays.
Pedro had a glow up. Pedro looks good.
Does he?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, I have to look that up too really quick. 2021.
While you're looking that up, 90 Day, the single life, I think is something you should get into. The first season was so good, and I believe that's supposed to be starting very, very soon. I think that one you might be interested in, depending on who they pick this season. I say that now, but last season was really good, and that was on Discovery Plus exclusively. All
right, see, I just can't watch Big Ed, but...
No, he shouldn't be coming back. He was on the first season.
I know, but that's why I didn't watch the first season. So Big Ed is your Pothead family.
No.
That's the.
I have to say, I found Big Ed to be genuinely creepy. At least he was authentic.
If that is the best way you can describe it, a man who, if actually, I'm gonna do a video because Jason is working right now, so I know he's not watching this. I'm going to custom order shower curtains. Wait for Jason to go somewhere, and I'm going to custom order shower curtains with my face all over them, and then I'm going to record his reaction because nobody in their normal, sane state of mind would do that. Jason's going to start ripping it down and be like, get this out of here. I have to look at your face every day. I don't want to look at it while I'm taking a shower. Like,
I want to see that recorded though. That would be hilarious.
I actually tried recording him the other day when he walked out of he was coming out of the shower, he always gets dressed in there. And then he walked out and he was like combing his hair with his hands, like he was on some Baywatch thing. And
I tried doing that. It's not working.
Yeah. I do that sometimes too, but not really. I always just put a ball cap on. And he walks out of the shower and I go, "Wah!" And he's like, "Wah!" And I recorded it and he's like, "Post that and I will end you." I was like,
"Oh, come on. Look, content, Jason. Content."
Jason's scarier than what the followers, subscribers, community asks for.
I'm ready for it. Look, if I had a boyfriend, trust and believe, we would have our own little thing. I might do what a Darcy did, pay someone to do it. I shouldn't tell y'all all my secrets.
You're going to go on sugarmama.com?
No, I don't need to do that. I know plenty of people that want to be my boyfriend. Wait.
Yeah. The community's like, I'm over here. Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next couple because Kempire is clearly bored with the Potthast family, even though you finally did get to see the mugshots. I did give that to you.
Yes, that was the best part of that.
All right. Well, the best part of this reunion was not this moment, but there was something to talk about. We have Yara and Jovi.
That's the cutest baby, though. I'll give it to them.
Yeah, that baby has Jovi's face.
Just not his mouth, thankfully.
Yeah, but she is super cute. But Yara's really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Jovi's not a bad-looking guy, just to be fair. He has really pretty teeth.
He's not a bad-looking guy. It's just that mouth. That mouth.
Okay, I can't criticize his mouth. But when it came to Yara and Jovi, you know, we see where Yara is extremely annoyed and upset. And his mom is obviously, I think, what's her name? Pam?
Oh, my God. That's so bad. I don't even... Is it Pam?
I don't know. I'm not being disrespectful either, guys. I
like the mom.
In the chat, if you know the name of Jovi's mom, go ahead.
We have to remember so many other details of stories or whatnot. We can't remember the random side character. Sorry, Pam.
I hope it's Pam. Oh, Gwen. Oh,
Gwen. Yeah. I had to say it in the Louise. See, this is why we have to chat.
Okay. Yes. Thank God for the chat. Oh, sorry, Gwen. We love you on the show. Okay. So, but she has a good voice of reason because she's not, listen, I've said this multiple times too. If I get into an argument with Jason and I call my mom's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I could have just left Jason on the side of the road and made him walk 2 miles, which I've never done, but I could do that. And my mom's like, you know, Adam, he deserved that because I'm sure you did nothing wrong. And then I'll call Jason's mom and I could tell the same story. And she's like, well, I think that you just need to be better. You can work on being a better person. Jason can work on being a better person. Like, she's very Switzerland, which is great. Okay. So if I need help on talking, if I want an ego boost and to know or feel right, I call my mom. If I need help trying to figure out who's wrong, then I'll call Jason's mom.
So you don't call Jason's mom often.
Not about that. But no, I thought Gwen came from a good place, and we see it was stupid as hell to bring your wife, who, like Andre said, probably the smartest thing that he said, bring your wife when she's postpartum to a strip club. You're blowing kisses at the stripper. Not saying anything's wrong with the strip club, but you obviously know that that's not something she's interested in. It's your anniversary. That was stupid and selfish. I can't find any other words to describe this. Your thoughts, please.
I'm shocked that she even agreed to go. Like, that's not her thing. Clearly, if you follow Yara's story, that's not her thing. She's a little bit probably more conservative than the image probably people, make of her. I'm shocked that she decided to go. That also could have been something pre-produced so they can get a reaction out of her. but she seemed like she was genuinely hurt by the situation. I think she moreover is hurt by being here and separated from her family for a very long time. And also she just had a baby. So hormones are still, a little crazy.
And when she's teasing, they're saying that their baby's growing up, Mila. I remembered Mila's name. Mila is growing up so fast and she's cute and she's just a little bundle of joy, yada, yada, all like the precious things that you say about babies. And, she's saying she could potentially be pregnant again and she can't remember the word period, but she's saying that things are happening with her body and she doesn't know. She has to take a pregnancy test. I think a revelation here was her just being so blatantly honest about the fact, if I am pregnant with child number 2, I'm going to the Ukraine. I'm not staying here.
Yeah.
That would terrify me if I were Jovi.
Yeah, and he seemed a little bothered by it. Apparently they've had that conversation before, so he was a little bit more controlled during the episode. But he also said, he has the kind of job where he can go to the Ukraine and be with them, during his off time. So I like the fact that he was open to it. So maybe she should do it, at least for the birth of this possible new child.
But well, yeah, I guess he could. Well, no, because when you go to a foreign country, I just know how it was in Thailand, how long you can stay. But he usually is only off work. I think he works a month to 2 months, and then it's like a firefighter. You put in half the time you work, and then half the time you have off. I think that's kind of the same with him.
Yeah. Well, remember, that's how their relationship was for a while. So, for a sidebar, if y'all don't want to get pregnant, put something on. Like, why are you guys playing? If you really do not want to have a second child, why are you guys not protecting yourselves?
Yeah.
That part is like, okay,
she might not believe in it. There
there's other ways to protect yourself.
Right. That's true. Well, and I think that she can't take it this way, Mama Gwen, but I'm sure she's probably feeling like, oh no, please don't take Milo away. Like we're attached to her. Wasn't I helpful enough? And probably what's going through Yara's mind is, I did this with you guys with the first baby. I want to be around my mom this time with the second baby because I just want my family. I don't want to be stuck in this country with not a lot of friends, not a lot of people around me while I go through this process again and Jovi's at work.
I completely understood where she was coming from. First of all, remember, this all happened. She was pregnant during a pandemic. And luckily, she really does get along very well with Jovi's mom. And I like that relationship. But I know it had to be hard on her. Also hormonally, she's going through things and she's in a pandemic. And she probably has, I wouldn't even look. You know what Robin allegedly has on Potomac? I think she really was probably going through that in New Orleans. And look, like I said, luckily, Jovi has the kind of job where he could be as flexible and go visit that. I do feel bad for Gwen though, because I think Gwen really would like her grandbabies to be around her. Right.
I can see that. And we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. But
we don't want to see how this plays out. I do not want to see them come back.
No, you're going to get them back too. Sorry, friend. They're a fan favorite.
Are they?
Yes. Check the polls. They're a fan favorite. People like Yara and Jovi. They're interested in the story. People also like Brandon and Julia. And I know the chat's going to be like, I don't, but there are people who like that. People like Darcy and Stacey enough to bring them back for a season 2.
But they were entertaining at one point. I think season 2, it just was like, okay, now they're forcing it. Say again?
I said to who?
No, Darcy had some classic before the 90 days moments. Oh my God, I can rewatch Darcy because Darcy is such a mess. But
her show wasn't interesting the first season. At least I didn't think so. Not enough. It was the top rated show on TLC at that time, which blows my mind.
Because I think people were interested because of all the things that she brought originally from before the 90 days. So people were interested in this first season. Because I did think that of all people, she deserved a spinoff. But I didn't love the first season, but I didn't hate the first season. I just feel now it's like they're forcing us to really believe that she didn't pay Georgie to be her boyfriend for the show.
Okay. And, I don't know. The only thing that I want from Darcy and Stacey is to order a cameo from them after 4 p.m. because I know that's going to be prime time, and to catch her in one of her moments where she's just like, I think I'll get the whole roller coaster of emotions, and I'm not making fun of her, but I think in a 15-second cameo, I can get her laughing, crying, upset, and just telling you how great you are and don't ever give up. Like that seems to be her go-to for her cameo. She's like, you know what, Kimpire? I love you. Your cousin loves you who bought this cameo and you are the right person. And it's like, I just got whiplash. There's a lot of emotions here, Ramona. A lot of emotions. Ramona.
But that's what makes her great for reality TV. I don't know about this situation. I don't know about this particular season. I'm not feeling this season, but she's given us some classic moments. Classic moments. Have you interviewed Darcy? I need you to interview Darcy.
No, I've tried actually getting an interview with Darcy, and her publicist was like, sorry, it's always that she's filming something, which, to be honest with you, I started my channel a year ago, and she has been filming a lot since then, but they make it sound like Darcy is very much in demand. Darcy and Angela Deem, they are both in demand. But speaking of Angela, I do have to circle back. I have to circle back and bring up Angela because she gave us a moment too. Didn't we pick up where we left off with her about to storm out, and then finally
storm out?
Yeah, she did storm out. She wasn't having it. She was pissed off at Mama or Auntie Lydia, and she just has had enough. Now, when I watch her, I'm trying to understand where she's coming from in this. Do I have an echo?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to understand where she's coming from in this moment, because a lot of times you have to weed through her outbursts because there are so many, right? It's not like they're far and few between. So it's like, is this a warranted outburst or is this just ridiculous? And in this episode, I want to ask you before I answer, warranted, ridiculous?
I mean, is it ever really warranted with Angela? You know, I love Angela. Sometimes I didn't love her in this tell-all.
Yeah.
But is it ever really warranted with Angela? Usually not.
Okay. That's fair.
And I felt that she was a bit much. This, tell-all part 1 and then showing off. I just was like, no. Like, I find Angela entertaining, and we had some very funny moments with her, even in this part 2. But I was just like, the whole ranting that she did. And look, I love Sean. I think Sean's a great host. But I felt like, you know what, Sean, you're also not just hosting this. I think you should have called Angela out for her bad behavior in that moment, because to me, it was a disrespect of everyone's time, disrespect of production's time. I felt like that as the host, she should have said something.
Sean doesn't want that smoke. She's like, I'm keeping my mouth shut. But they didn't treat Andrew like that, just to be fair. When Andrew and Amira, when he stormed off, and they were like, if you storm off, like, this is it. Yep. For Angela,
it's because Angela's she's a star of their franchise.
And she was filming another show at the time that she was doing this reunion. So I think that
with that ponytail,
she had, we'll find out. We'll see it. But I think that she had a little bit more leverage.
I mean, what she's filming Single Life, probably.
I don't think so, because she just posted a photo like this past month with her and Michael.
Oh,
we thought that she had a new man in Kentucky, and then she posts a photo with Michael. But then she's going to the doctor's birthday party. I don't know.
I knew it, though. I knew it, because you know how many times she's broken up with Michael. Even in this tell-all, she breaks up with Michael, and I'm like, they're not over. I don't understand. Like, Angela, I know you're watching. I just felt like this was way too much. Way too much.
I don't know if they have a Costco where Michael lives. But if I had to suggest anything.
In Nigeria?
Yeah.
I don't know. Would they have one?
I don't know. That's my question. But if they do, and I were in this relationship, I would be taking my ass to Costco and getting the biggest bottle, the little double super pack of Advil, because I would have a headache all the time.
Right?
Just getting yelled at, accused. I'm like, this is, and you know me too. Like, I've had conversations with Angela. I like talking with her. She's always so sweet and supportive of my channel. And I don't know her in real life, outside of how she's edited to be, which is partially who she is. But then we also know too, we have to put our producer's caps on for a second. When you give enough of that personality, you become that character. And as a person who's on reality TV, if you become that character and they're rewarding you with more and more spinoffs, then that character, you realize in your head, that's working for you. Yeah. So then you're going to continue to be that character. But not only that, you're going to step it up and amplify that tone every time you come back to our screen. So it's almost like rewarding bad behavior, but that's exactly what's happening.
I mean, you bring up a good point, but I'm a little worried for Angela's health, like her heart. When she loses it like that and then she goes out and smokes a cigarette, I'm like, Angela, I'm really worried about your health. I know you're watching this. I'm worried about your health. I need you to calm down a little bit, because I think Angela naturally is funny and fun. Right. I don't need her to go off the way that she did in order to be entertained by Angela. I think she's just funny naturally. I think she needs to lean more into that and just being herself.
See, I was waiting for a moment where she was outside and she's smoking and she's like, you know what, Skyla? This Michael's making me get a damn cigarette. And I'm like, okay, we can't keep blaming Michael, Angela.
We know she was blaming him.
Yeah, she's like, that damn Michael is making, now I have to smoke a cigarette. And then she's like, oh, I have a pack right here. Okay, well, you were clearly smoking these cigarettes before, Angela. If not paid by anyone, our friend Miriam, if she was here, she would say the same thing.
Of course, because she does not like Angela. And she always defends Michael. And look, I felt for Michael. Look, this would be the 1 week Miriam and I would agree, because I'm like, I felt for Michael. It was very embarrassing. They were so shady. You notice once Angela left for the last time, they were asking him some shady questions about Angela and the breast and what he thinks of that and blah, blah, blah. Even asked him about being breastfed until he was 9.
That was a little disturbing.
I mean, it happens. It happens.
I'm not knocking anybody, but I also don't think I know any women in my life who would want this little set of teeth attached to them. Because that's a whole little, like, he has big boy teeth at that point. I feel like you have like little veneers in at that point.
Not veneers.
Yeah, he has like little baby veneers in, chomping away like a little piranha. No.
I felt for Michael though in this particular moment, and I'm a little tired of the same back and forth between him and Angela. I would like to, first of all, if they're going to continue with their storyline, because this is one couple I don't mind seeing again, but I need Angela in Nigeria.
I knew you were going to say that, or Michael here. You're right.
I need her in Nigeria because I need her level of ignorance in Nigeria.
What do you think she could be filming?
I don't know.
Because it wouldn't be the other way this early, right? Would they start filming the other way this early?
They already filmed the other way.
No, so. I know, but I'm saying like the season after.
But 90-day producers, they're so creative, especially during the pandemic, coming up with all of these different versions of what they already do. Who knows? It could be a whole new thing. I don't know what it could be. Maybe it's her own spinoff.
Okay, we can't do that.
Why not? You were willing to give it to the Tampa family with because the mugshots.
The Pothouse family, the Mugshot family. It's like an ensemble cast. Okay? Angela, the only thing that I would fear for her is like, who would she film with? Just Skylar?
Maybe we haven't met them yet.
Okay. I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing it be her own thing. I don't see her being on The Single Life, but maybe they're filming the other way just to be ahead. So when this ends, they can pop out another Happily Ever After or something else, and then they can pop out the other way. If they film this all the way through the end of this other way, and then they edit it halfway through the next Happily Ever After, and then they put it up right after, it might make sense the timeline, but I don't know.
I mean, Angela, why can't you just tell us? Just tell us what it is. Is it a spinoff? You don't have to tell us the name of the show, or is it just another thing that you're joining?
See, I wish she had the Darcy Stacey issue, because if she did, I'd catch her after 4:00, get her to do a cameo, and ask her, what are you filming? And then she would probably spill all. But that's not Angela. She's.
Maybe I should slip into her DM. She loves black men.
And she
loves Mike. Natalie's boo. You saw she was flirting with him?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Speaking of which, good segue. Guys, if you haven't smashed that like button, make sure you do. This situation. Okay. What do you make of this relationship? Because again, we've talked about this. Natalie is currently right next to me, right here in Juno Beach, Florida. She's close. She's literally like, that's where I pretty much live. I'm right here. It's not that big. It's a small little coastal community.
Okay. You're giving way too much information on the internet.
No. I mean, technically, you don't know where I live, but what I'm saying is Juno it's in the vicinity of Palm Beach County, right? So in Palm Beach County, you have different little communities. You have Wellington, Lantana, Lake Worth, Juno, and they're just little communities within the county itself, and they're not big at all. They're strips. So if she's right here and she's filming something, which we've seen already, that she's filming something, what would it be? Do you think that could be the single life?
Definitely. She's definitely doing the single life. She needs to, because Mike, her soon-to-be ex-husband, is cutting her off. I could not believe that she has his debit card and he's still allowing her to use it.
Right.
That was so weird to me. That relationship is over. It
now
needs to be over.
Yeah. Now I can't concentrate on anything else but you scaring me thinking that somebody's going to come get me.
Oh, no. Well, just for future reference, I don't want people climbing, oh, Adam.
I have had some run-ins. Security guys and a front door guy. So, and it's not Jason. I'm not going to get got. Okay. Just make that known. You're not catching me. Okay. All right.
You just never know who's watching. I'm just saying. Dude.
I know. And people are scared.
And congrats on over 70,000 subscribers.
Hey, thanks. No, I mean, when I'm just like, I keep counting down. I stare at that subscriber count all the time. I think we all do, right? Like you watch it and you want to see it. Do you not?
No.
Oh, maybe I'm like a psychopath when it comes
to No, I get it. No, it's something you should celebrate because so many people don't even show. I don't even know why YouTube even allows that, but don't even show. And I think with your community that you've built over a year at this point,
yeah,
they love seeing you grow. And there's a connection with seeing where you started to where you are now. They feel like they've grown with you. So I think it's something that you should celebrate. You should watch. I'm too busy to even pay attention. I mean, I pay attention when there's a monumental moment,
right?
But I can't get caught up in it.
Oh, no.
And I don't think you should get caught up in it either. You should definitely celebrate like these milestones, but don't get caught up in it.
Right. Yeah. But my mental health, like you don't understand. This is Ramona up in my head. Like 15 different personalities. There's a lot happening. Somebody the other day said, you need to put something on this side of you. And I'm like, I'm going to have a shelf.
I love the way you're set up. Because then when you do your videos and you have like something come up,
a photo.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also want my shelf with my little silver plaque. But then Jason said, okay, he's like, you don't boast about it. You just have the 100,000 subscribers and then you stick the plaque like out in the living room or something. I was like,
no, you should put it in the studio.
Emily D. Baker has hers in the studio.
Exactly. No, you definitely need to put it. First of all, it's going to go perfect with your background. So you definitely should. And
then when somebody like Darcy's like, well, I'm not interviewing with a low budget blogger. I'm going to be like,
I'm not low budget.
Not low budget. Cameo. Okay.
Hey, I'm on Cameo.
Don't do it after 4.
Oh, I don't drink.
Oh, okay. Then you're in the clear. All right. I won't call you Darcy today. All right. So no, but seriously, thank you for that. I'm excited. I also see your channel is constantly growing. You're literally right behind me. So it's just fun to see all of these different creators, especially when we collab together. I see Femtero has her community tab. So that's exciting. Jason is about to start. By the way, for you guys who don't know, Jason is about to completely restart and revamp his channel, like full force, 3 to 4 videos a day, doing different collabs, doing different lives. He has a lot of exciting ideas, and it's something that he's just been missing since he started doing in the first place. But when we all start these channels, we don't necessarily know, and at least I'll speak on my behalf. When I started my channel, I did a weekly on Saturdays top 10 influencers. And then I would do a video on that, how to monetize your channel. I was constantly trying to find my niche and what worked for me. But really at the end of the day, and I even had a management company tell me that I need to start doing more videos about TikTok stars. And then I tried a video and I was like, I don't care about these kids. Not like I wish them the best, but I'm not necessarily as vested. But then when I talk about Bravo, I've been around the cameras. I've worked around the production of it. I've worked for some of the people who are the big stars in Bravo. And that is like where my interest is. And it shows when I do my videos, as opposed to me being like, Okay, guys, so Addison Rae just got her own ice cream out here on Melrose Avenue today. It was kind of crazy, but then after she went over to the Kardashians' house to do a TikTok dance, hit that like button.
I literally was going to post something on my community tab just talking about that. So many people, and I'm sure you've seen this comment before, people think that you do things for likes or subs. No, you're creating content that makes sense for your community, your growing community. And as you evolve, sometimes that will change as well. And you just have to listen to what makes sense to you and what feels good to you. You can't listen to people that, everyone's going to have something to say.
And I was thinking about this, especially when I move, because I will be moving in the next year. When I move, I know, well, I feel like I never stop moving. Okay.
Well, no, I felt like you were like, I need to move after I just told people around.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too. And I will be putting this video on private right after that. No. But, there are certain, I've had people who have commented under my videos, like especially the Erica Girardi stuff, because it's always coming out. We know this scandal is constantly unfolding, and then I'll do a video on it. And at this point, I'm like vested into it. I was mentioned in the lawsuit. Like I've talked about it. Ronald Richards, like he's always coming on my channel now. And, we just broke an exclusive about Lisa Rinna being deposed. And then the Amex thing was my exclusive, which I saw page 6. I see you. Okay.
Wait, did it excite you?
No. But
I did.
Thank you. See, page 6, you can take a page out of Kempire's book. But, I saw somebody say algorithm food. And I'm like, I am so vested into I've been following this since day one. And this is part of the demographic of what I cover. So sorry, guys. People are like, you're just doing this for the likes. I'm like, no, honestly, I'm glad that we are talking about it. I'm glad the attorney's coming on. I'm not saying go out there and take Erica down, but the more attention that we give to the victims, hopefully the more likely they are to get their money back. So the way I look at it is like there's some good being done from it too.
And you also have to listen to the majority of your community. If your community is watching it, that's what they want.
Yeah.
And if you weren't getting views on it, then I'd be like, yeah, you might want to let that go.
I have to be careful what I listen to in the comments too, because sometimes like even in the comments, I did a poll about Jason making a channel and somebody's like, why don't you guys just do the same, like collaborate and just have him constantly on your channel with you? Well, let me give you guys a few reasons. One, because we want to stay in a relationship and I need my space and this studio is my space. Okay. Two,
where will he be filming?
In his studio.
Oh, excuse me, Fancy.
Yeah, he'll get his own little studio. You on the other side of the house. You get your own studio. It'll be great, fantastic. It's like we're here together, but sometimes we're not. So just film our own little things. But somebody said, why does he need to do his own thing? And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, one, because if you've watched DJ Richie Sky, who also, by the way, likes you, we had a conversation about that. When I got off one day, he saw that you were in the chat and he said, oh yeah, tell Kempire I said, what's up? Because I've seen his stuff. I like his work. And I was like, okay, I'll tell him. Well, now I told you, but
wow.
And but so he was the one who even said, I'm starting like a sister channel to my channel because you never know, God forbid something happens. You want to make sure that you have multiple channels and you have a podcast, you have Kempire Network, you have your social media and your YouTube channel. Like I think that would be a great thing for Jason to do, especially because he has his own opinions. Trust me, we do not completely align on our opinions when we're talking about things.
Yeah, check out the interview that I did with them.
Point in case made, period. All right. Well, we got a little off track, guys.
Right.
Back to all of this, though. Wait, don't underestimate. Oh, okay. That was about Tammy's size. Oh, okay. This is all over. Finally, Happily Ever After has come to an end. Will you be watching the new season of 90 Day The Other Way starting on Monday?
Do we know do you know who's part of the cast? I know Jenny's coming back. I'm always, although bored sometimes certain weeks with Jenny and Submit, but I'm still somewhat invested because she's still in India.
Let me see, because I've looked at it a little bit, but I haven't been like completely into it. Who do we have?
That was the only couple that I saw.
Oh, we have who do we have? Oh gosh, I forgot their names. Oh my god.
New people?
Well, we have a few new people, but then we also have, is his name Andrew? Oh, I did an interview with him.
Oh.
I feel so no. That's just a blank. Remember the gay couple that was in Mexico?
Yes.
Yes, they're back. We obviously have Jenny back.
So we're gonna get a lot of tears.
Yeah, a lot of tears. Jenny freaks out. We see that, and then we have that couple. Is it Tim and Melissa? They're back. And then
Tim has the anger management situation going on. Check out 90 Day Bears All.
Yeah, we still haven't gotten Paul back. I think that's okay.
Oh, what? What do you mean? You reached out for an interview and then?
No. Anybody who, trust me, the people in here, they know. I did an interview that Master of Blackjack. Have you seen his channel?
No.
Okay, so he has like Master of Blackjack channel 1, 2, and 3, and he covers a lot of TLC content. Really good at what he clips together and puts together. But he asked me, will you interview Paul? Paul, and what's his wife's name? Why am I blanking so much today? But you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So I did the interview and I was like, yeah, I'll do an interview. And I said to Paul, we have to keep it to like 20 minutes, we'll do it. It's going to be really fun, quick, in and out. I'll ask the main questions. Good. He kept me on for 2 hours.
Oh my God.
And he was taking the phone. He's like, guys, look at this. Oh, I have a couch. Look at this couch. Okay, so yeah, that's just my couch. And anyways, what were we saying again? Oh, say hi to the camera, and like panning around everybody. I'm like, what are we doing?
This is the Paul that's in Brazil, or it's been back and forth to Brazil.
Thank you so much, Susie Gross. Yes, Paul and Karini. And everybody was like typing in the chat, and they're like, Jason, please go get Adam a drink. And all of a sudden, he just pan in.
It was live?
It was live.
I need to go back and watch this.
It was the never-ending interview, which I'm so grateful for anyone who I can get an interview with. But I kept on saying, I tried like 10 times to sort of transition out of the interview. And I was like, all right, Paul, well, thank you so much for your time. And he's like, hold on. And I'm like,
hold on. And this is part, people keep saying, Kempar, we need to get back to doing interviews. But the whole interview, first of all, getting the interview, setting up the interview, doing the interview, and you just never know who you're getting when you do the interview. I don't miss interviewing, but I'm going to get back into it. But hearing this, I'm like, oh, I definitely don't want to interview.
That's why it's good, even though it's a pain in the ass to get interviews where people are on current seasons and you have them have PR reps who have to sit and like I've done, obviously, like Zoom interviews where I have the publicist who sits in the chat and they make sure that you don't ask any questions that will ruin anything coming up. But they're also like, okay, Adam, you have 15 minutes. Let's go. And I'm like, boom, game time, 4 shots of espresso. I'm good. 15 minutes in and out. But then when you do someone who is not necessarily on a show or doesn't have representation, I think that they think that they're your best friend. And they're like, oh, I have somebody to talk to. I'm living in the Amazon right now. So I got a friend.
Was he still out in Brazil when you interviewed him?
Yeah. And Karini was pregnant with their next baby.
Oh my! I mean, that's a couple, although very messy and very like, I would watch that. Are they on the other way?
No. I think that they're not coming. I don't think TLC is going to be bringing them back for a few reasons. Because this last season, that people thought that he was just too much. But it wasn't Tim and Melissa. It was Evelyn and Corey. Thank you so much, Susie Gross, and also Ariel and Biniam.
Oh,
so
okay.
All right. All right. Well, guys, we've hit almost an hour in the room on the live. This is my 5th video of today, so I'm a little like all over the place in my mind. I think after this, I'm going to go have a slice of pizza. So I hope all of you guys get a slice of pizza too. With that, if you want a monologue, watch this.
I'm not giving a monologue. I'm going to promote our collaboration. The very first time that Adam will be on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent content. He will be there for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recap for the very first time live. Although Adam has been on my podcast and is featured on the channel, this will be our very first live together. Yes. I was about to say I have done the podcast, but no, this will be a lot of fun. And I love talking about anything Housewives. So this is... this. We both do. This is right up my alley. I'm excited. And I have questions. I have questions because you did Ronald Richards interview. So we have to delve. Yeah. And it's nice because, when you're on this side of it, then you have to like kind of conduct the conversation. Whereas like when I'm coming over to your channel, I can just sit back and be like, go ahead, Kempire. I know. It's almost like being able to substitute teacher for a day or something. I know. I completely get it. So, because I do the collab with Layla Lynn and Grace Form, we rotate, but it's sort of like when it's my day, I'm like, oh my god, there's a lot that first of all, you're dealing with technology, and then you're dealing with trying to host and ask those questions and remember. It's a lot of work. People don't realize.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah. It's a job like anything else, and it's fun. And I love what I do. My dad always told me, and I told you this in our podcast interview, son, work is called work. It's not called fun, or else it'd be fun. And if you find something that's fun, you let me know. But I doubt it's going to happen. Well, Dad.
Have you let him know?
Yeah. Now he's like, I don't know how you pulled this off. I'm like, it kind of seems like a dream to me too, Dad. But that's it. All right, Kempire. Even though you did kind of sneak your monologue in there while promoting this week, I appreciate that. I also have Kempire's channel inside the description of this video. I think I need rest and I need water. So I'm going to jump off of here. Guys, make sure you go check out Kempire. Make sure you subscribe. It's important for the algorithm. Hit those videos. And if you're watching the videos, if you like the video, hit the like button. I can't express how important that is. Kempire, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. And thank you so much. And thank you to all the mods in here. I appreciate you guys and for having an active live chat. You guys are the best. Until next time. Bye, guys.